So I was in meditation this morning, and when I meditate, I go into alpha state because I follow like the silver method. And I go into alpha state, and when I do, there's a room that I enter into, and whoever it is I need to talk to, they come and they talk to me, and they ask me questions or give me guidance on whatever it is that I'm working on. And when I say they, I mean it could be an ancestor, it can be um, the feminine side of myself, the masculine side of myself, whatever energy that I need is presented in this however it is. um and what came to me, and it actually started last night, because last night before I went to bed, I was thinking about a call I had yesterday. And the person I was talking to has a business, and they were trying to figure out some things when it came to that business. And as we were talking, I noticed how I could see stuff and how I could easily, help her, and was giving her advice and things like that. And it got me thinking, like, is that kind of what I'm supposed to be doing? And I went to sleep. I woke up, and a friend of mine messaged me asking me, like, who are you in this space as far as what I'm working and doing? And as you can tell, I work on a lot of stuff. So this is what my desk look like when I'm not doing videos for y'all. I got a lot that I work on. And it's like, in this space, in this capacity of what I do, who am I? I've always been, I've always felt like a puzzle piece that doesn't fit. Like, you got this puzzle laid out. People in the world tell you what things are supposed to look like and what you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to fit in. And I've always felt like this puzzle piece that didn't fit. And I know I'm not the only one that's ever felt like that. Majority of us feel like that. We feel like we're trying to fit into something that we just aren't the right shape for, you know, that we're not supposed to fit into, because it's not a puzzle. It's not a puzzle at all. It's a garden. It's a garden. It's one of those wild, flourishing gardens that people love to go visit. I think they're called English gardens. No, English gardens are the ones that's symmetrical and nice and neat, but whatever it's called, the garden, not everything just grows wild and overflows and looks messy like nature, you know? And even in that, everything is different. So you may have two flowers that are exactly the same, but one grows different. One may grow a little taller, one may grow slanted, one may grow straight up, you know? You have some flowers that are intended for the bees to come collect the pollen to make the honey. You have some that are there to be medicine that we call weeds. You have some trees that are there to provide shade to those who just can't take as much sunlight as all the rest of them. And then you have those that just love and eat up all the sun that they can get. And I think that's our problem, is we're trying to fit ourselves in a puzzle piece, in this giant, however many piece puzzle. And we're not puzzle pieces. We weren't meant to be in a puzzle at all. We just need to do away with the whole puzzle. So the question is, if money and time and all of that was not an issue, if all of that was not even a concern, what would you do? How would you live your life? What would you be doing? A lot of times we feel lost and we feel like we don't fit in, and we feel like things are out of place because we're not doing what it is we're supposed to be doing. We're not utilizing the gifts that God gave us to utilize. And just to give you a little more clarity on that, think about it as, the indigenous people who live out in the rainforest or out in the desert or wherever. And they don't use money. They don't use money at all. A lot of people in the rainforest didn't realize, how other people lived until, the explorers came out there and introduced their life to them. but they lived off the land. They got their clothes from, the animals or the fibers that they used in the plants or made bows, and they had kids and they fed and they cooked and they hunted and they gathered and everything. They had the medicine man or woman and the spiritual teacher, guide, or like they had a setup and they didn't use money. They weren't pressed by man-made time. They utilized the time of the earth, of nature. That's the only time they worried about. Sun up to sundown, that was it. So, with that being said, and that how ideal, if you were to strip away time and you stripped away money, what would you do? And we're not talking about the normal stuff, vacation, because those are escapes. When we talk about going on vacation or living every day on vacation and things like that, we're talking about an escape. We just want to escape this world. And part of the reason we want to escape is because we're not puzzle pieces in a puzzle. We are a garden, a messy, beautiful garden with all the fragrance of earth and the flowers and the bees buzzing. And we are a garden with tall trees and bushes and a mess, a beautiful mess that God created. So, without wanting to escape, what would you do? How would you help your fellow man or woman or child? And that's where I am. That's my question from today, from my meditation. Like, really, Toya, what you doing? What you doing? And so that's something I have to figure out. But I wanted to share it with you because I know I'm not the only one that feels like this. And when that message came to me, it also came to me for me to share it with you guys. So we're not puzzle pieces. We're a messy garden that's just as messy as this desk. I know where everything is. Everything is in its place. So just like when you have a garden, everything is in its place where it needs to be. Same thing with the stuff on my desk. Because like I said, I got different things going on. But I really wanted to share that with you because that's something that I'm going to be working on, something I need to figure out. Like, what capacity am I helping you all? I mean, I know this one, my YouTube videos was very clear to me. But that was also an assignment given to me. It wasn't one that I took up on my own. And okay, well, technically this wasn't either. Like all of this. But it is what it is. But I got to figure out who I am in the midst of everything. And so, who are you? In the midst of everything you do, who are you? In what you're doing every day? Who is it that you're supposed to be, that you want to be? That's bustling to get out. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. I love you. I'll talk to you later.